It is January 1. It is 6 a.m. It is 2024. All right. First day of the Tension Athletics New Year's Challenge. So we're going to be doing our weigh-in and our photos, our before photos. So here we are right now. This is not flexing. Oh, let me get my little sheet so you can see that it's day one. I got to put the weight on here first. So let's see what the weight is. My scale's right here. You can't see it, it's out of frame, but. All right, so we got 191.6. 191.6. All right, I weighed myself a couple days ago and I was 192, so I went down a little bit, but here we go. So just gonna stand here like this, flex the abs, flex the quads so you can see what it's like flexed. And here's relaxed. Flex again. And then we'll do the side pose. So just relaxed. And flexed. And then we'll do the back pose. Relaxed. And flex. All right. There it is. This is our starting point. I'll try to do the after, 6 weeks later, the same exact lighting, so you guys can see the true transformation. So there it is, 191.6. We'll see what happens over the course of the next 6 weeks. It's time to eat. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of reading. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. One of the habits that I'm trying to adopt is do more reading. So I'm just gonna read for 20 minutes. And then eat, gym. Time for breakfast, and we're gonna be tracking now. I don't think you guys can see this, but so for my calories, I'm gonna be doing 2440. So my overall calorie intake. Protein is gonna be at 190, carbs gonna be at 285, and fat is gonna be at 60. So those are gonna be my macros that I'm gonna start off with. Maybe I'll make some adjustments a couple weeks down the line, but this is normally around the calorie intake that I like to go with when I'm trying to get a little bit leaner. It's a good starting point. It's not too low. Shouldn't feel too hungry on this. And depending on what we have going on, as far as like me trying to do more cardio, because I do like to try to play basketball and I'm putting, but I don't know if I should be doing all that right now with how my body's been feeling the last couple months, but we'll try to get it in. I'm going to be trying to do 10K steps. It's another one of my goals. Another goal we have that we're going to be trying to do for daily habits, besides the 10K steps, water. Trying to get a gallon of water a day, something I slack on a little bit. So we need to drink a little bit over 3 of these. We got posts in the Discord, so posting in the community, just making sure I'm connecting, sharing what I have going on so I can encourage others to do the same. And then, like I mentioned earlier, trying to read 20 minutes. So those are the goals that I have for my daily habits. So I'm gonna be marking those off each day as we go. Let's see what we can do for breakfast. One thing that I love about our app is that it's so easy to track the different foods. So I'm gonna go ahead and track the breakfast I'm having. I'm gonna screen record too, so I can try to show you guys on the back end how it's looking. So I'm just gonna add my breakfast meal. It asks you to take a photo, and I don't have it all spread out yet, but this is just something that's kind of helpful for the trainers to be able to see. So if you take a photo and we look at it and it doesn't actually look like the amount as far as like portion sizes that you actually logged, then we can say something and be like, hey, are you sure this is actually like 50 grams of rice? But you know, so I'll just take a photo of this here, and then I'll just start scanning barcodes. So we have the oatmeal, did 1 packet, it's in the microwave right now. So let's find the barcode, scan that, scan our oatmeal. We're gonna have 2 of these. see if it's on here. Oh, this the barcode is probably actually on the actual box that these came in, so I'm just gonna have to search it by name. So I'll come back to that. And then there's a barcode on this chicken sausage. Had 4 links there. So let's see. Now I'm just gonna search for the oatmeal. You gotta make sure you pick the right one. That's why scanning the barcode is just easier. Obviously it's faster, but also too, there's a lot of different variations of these different yogurts and all these other foods. So this one here, 000 non-fat strawberry. I believe this is the right one. Let's give that a click, make sure it looks right. 15 grams of protein. Let's see, yep, so we'll add that. And then we're gonna add another one as well because this one is vanilla, so it might have a little bit different macros. So I found it, it was the same, 90 calories, 15 grams of protein in each, and then 7 grams of carbohydrates in each. So now I'm just gonna review what I have here to make sure everything looks good. So we have 1 pack of the maple brown sugar oatmeal, yep. We have 3 links, see, need to adjust this to 4 links, because 3 was the serving size. We have 1 of each of these, so we are good to go. It's only 420 calories. We have 47 grams of protein, 38 grams of carbs, and 9 grams of fat, which is perfect because I don't want to have high fat before going into a lifting session. So this will work. I probably could do a little bit more carbs. So I'm gonna eat this and see how I'm feeling, and maybe I might add a little bit of carbs. So that's meal number 1. Doesn't look fantastic, too much of one color, but it does taste pretty good. So it's just the sausage links, the chicken sausage links. We got the yogurt over there, so those will go down next. And then after this, it's time to head to the gym. I'm gonna be hitting a full body session. Haven't done full body in a minute. It's a really intense session, a lot of compounds, and it's gonna be draining, but it's a great way to start the challenge, great way to start the first day of the year. It is cold. Man, Ohio in December, January, February, even March can be pretty brutal. So just trying to stay warm. Thankfully, this car has heated seats, heated steering wheel. But by the time the car gets all nice and toasty, I'll already be at the gym. Hopefully the gym won't be cold today. Man. Decided to have an apple in addition to my breakfast. So my carbs were like slightly under 60 grams this morning. Got my intro workout ready, just post gym. Nothing else in there. It's like no body armor or anything else that I like to use for carbs sometimes. So it's just mixed with water. And that's a reminder, guys, you always want to make sure that you're also tracking your supplements as well. So if you're tracking your calories, make sure that you track the supplements you use because they do have calories as well. A lot of them, not all of them. I think post gym only has like 40 to 60 calories. So, you know, I track that. Same with some of the other stuff as well. Like obviously if you're using a protein supplement, that's going to have some calories for sure. So just be aware and track all that. Track the stuff you're cooking with, like oils. What else can be kind of difficult for people to forget to track? Those are probably the big things. Oils are major and huge, or any type of condiments. So if you're using like some type of barbecue sauce, dressings, things of that nature as well. So liquid calories, so stuff that you drink. Just be mindful, be aware. All that stuff has calories, so it all adds up. All right, guys, got the new mic on. Just pulled up to the gym. It is super loud in there, so I want to see how this mic holds up. It'll be a great test for it. It's cold in this room, so I'm going to go back into the other room, even though I have the equipment necessary to do what I need to do in this room. But it's cold. That room has better heat, so I'll be over there with the music. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Since today is a full body day, I still like to do my warm up for my knees. You guys know the drill. We got 20 reps here on sissy squat with the incline. Trying to keep that chest up so your body's in a line as you go down. Those quads will really start to fire. So we got 20 here, then we got 20 single leg, 3 times through. And then we're gonna move on to some squats. Woo! Haven't done squats in a minute. And I'm still trying to decide if I'm gonna go into that room or not because they got the music blasting. I'll probably try and see if you guys can hear me, but I'm pretty concerned that it's gonna get picked up for copyright because the music when I post it to YouTube, which is always super annoying. So it is what it is. I'll do my best. So this program calls for squats, and you guys know that I've been recovering from the adductor, so oh, there goes the music. I'm trying to recover from the adductor, so we'll see how this goes. Let me test the audio and see if you guys can hear me okay, or if this sounds whack or not. I can't even hear, so we'll see. But I'm hoping that it's all right. We're gonna start with squat, but like I was saying, my adductor is a little bit finicky still, so I'm not gonna load this up that heavy. I'm just gonna put 225 on, which is a weight that I could rep out pretty easy. And normally I would do this just free bar, that's what the program calls for, but I'm gonna substitute Smith machine just to have a little bit more added stability, just in case if I feel something, I can rack it really quickly. And try not to push too far because you don't want any setbacks. I'm tired of dealing with injuries. So 225 should be fine. And I probably won't push to failure, especially if I start to feel it in my adductor. Here we go. Hope it feels okay. I did a plate on each side in the first set. Felt fine as a warm-up set. Wish me luck. I might have to put on some like other music because I feel like this might get picked up for copyright by YouTube. So if you hear random music come in, that's why. Oh yeah. Here we go. Well, the music switched to the other room. The guys that were using the louder music, they decided to go to the other side. So now it's too quiet. We need to find the middle grounds. I did 15 reps here on 225. It felt pretty light, which is what I expected. I was just concerned about the adductor. I feel not pain, but it does feel like it's not 100% ready. It's not 100% ready for a heavier load yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with 225. I'll go 245. I'll put a 10 on each side. That way it's a little bit more difficult because I was approaching, 15, 16 reps there, and I don't want to get that high into the squat, but got to be careful. This is set 3. We have 4 total sets. The rest period is supposed to be anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Like I was telling you guys, ideally this rep range is more trying to fail between 7 to 10. So this is higher reps than I wanted to do, but we got to be cautious. Don't want this adductor to give out on me. Whew, 12. So those squats really gas me out. And that's one thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing some compound lifts is if you're doing like higher rep ranges, you're going to get fatigued, not necessarily because of local muscle, but because of your cardiovascular capabilities. So you always want to keep that in mind when it comes to hypertrophy. Sometimes compound lifts aren't the best
because it's not really hitting local fatigue. When I say local fatigue, you mean like the targeted muscles you're trying to work on. So sometimes you got to be a little bit careful with compounds if you're talking about the best movements for hypertrophy. However, I still think they have a lot of value. I love squats. Bench press I'm not a huge fan of, but I tend to do at least one of the big three in any of my splits. So whether that's bench press, squat, or deadlift. I don't do deadlift as much, but on this strength day and this challenge, we do all three. So it should be fun to change it up, but just keep that in mind. Like, you shouldn't be doing compound lifts like squat, bench press, and deadlift all the time if your number one goal is hypertrophy. You can find better exercises that can hit the target muscles a little bit better and not be as fatiguing from the standpoint of other variables. For example, back, cardiovascular, or all your other muscles working as one. So keep that in mind. Hopefully I explained that well. It's a little bit all over the place. A lot of the blood is in my brain right now. We got bench press next. We're doing 4 sets of anywhere from 8 to 12. Sheesh, that was only 12. I felt it though, not my best bench, but it's day one of the challenge. We'll get better and better. So we got 3 more sets. Based off that first set, I'm looking at probably maybe 8 to 10 on the next 3. Sheesh. Next up, we got some deadlifts and some pull-ups. Superset is about to suck, but we're gonna get it done. So just going for about 8 to 10. This isn't like an 8 to 10 PR or anything like that. It's just 8 to 10 deadlifts straight into pull-ups. I'm actually gonna do underhand, so chin-ups, because I'm still nursing this shoulder back. That feels a little bit better with the chin up. So let's have some fun with it. This is another one I'm going a little bit lighter on than I normally would, just because the adductor still isn't right. So I got shoulder, adductor, recovering from the plantar fasciitis, even though that seems like it's behind us now. So we'll see how that adductor's feeling on this. Pretty confident it'll be okay, but again, we don't want any setbacks. So we're gonna strap up. I would say normally I'd probably do 315 on this for 10 reps on a superset like this. 225 will do for today. If this feels super easy and I don't feel any pain, then I'll go ahead and increase weight. All right, that felt great. Felt it in my lower back a little bit, in my glutes in a good way. Nothing in that adductor, so I'll probably go up a little bit heavier on the next set. And we gotta go straight to pull-ups. All right, here we go. Ooh, damn, that was harder than I expected. Last exercise of the day is gonna be a step back lunge alternating with the shrug every time you come back to center. This is gonna be tough. We got 4 sets, aiming for about anywhere from 8 to 12 total reps, so not for each side, thank goodness. This is a brutal one to finish off. Just like all these workouts, exercises in this workout, It's been compound lifts, heart rate's elevated, so nothing different, just finishing strong. The later lifts in this workout plan get more and more focused on hypertrophy, whereas this day is just straight brutal. You're just trying to make it through it. So let's finish it. Go. Got 75s. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on. Yep. I'm actually gonna stop at 8 because out of all the exercises I've done, that was the first one where my adductor actually felt it in a negative way. Probably because it's a unilateral exercise, so it's a single leg movement. And what I injured it on originally was a Bulgarian split squat. So a similar pattern. So I'm gonna chill out on this. Probably only gonna do one more set instead of 4 sets. I don't want any setbacks, bro. None. So I might just do, actually, you know what? Let's play it safe. I'm not gonna do that at all, and I'm just gonna do shrugs. So I'm gonna do 3 more rounds of shrugs and call it a day. Get out of here safely. Come on, adductor. You're letting me down. Just hitting shrugs. Hey. All right, 2 more sets of that and I'm out of here. But you know, I'll give you guys a quick pump check real quick. This is 191.6. Thank goodness the cut started today, because I was starting to get fluffy all through here. Abs are starting to fade, stomach starting to come out a little bit, but we're here now. It's day 1 of the cut. Let's get it. Little side chest. Some double bicep. Just quick abs. And that's it, y'all. That's it for day 1. I'll probably show you a little bit more of the nutrition, but that's it in the gym at least. Time to get this post-workout meal in. When you guys are tracking your macros, tracking your calories, doing a meal plan, whatever, this right here is gonna be your best friend. So this morning I didn't have to use it, but for this meal, I will. I'm gonna be doing egg whites, vegetables, and some chicken, along with English muffin. So we got the protein and the carbs and very minimal fat, because it's a post-workout meal. We don't want to have too much fat in those post-workout meals. So not really putting a number on how much of the egg whites I'm gonna have. I'm just gonna start pouring. I'm gonna use, this bottle's almost done, so that one's gonna go. That one's gonna be done with after this. And then I'll show you guys how I weigh it. We got the egg whites on the scale. We're gonna 0 the scale. So now it's set to 0 with this on there. And then we would pour into there and put it back on and take whatever the negative reading is. And that's how many grams of whatever, of egg whites in this situation you would have. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have 1 English muffin and probably have about like maybe 3-4 ounces of chicken mixed in with probably about maybe 150 grams of mixed vegetables, something like that. So I'll show you once it's done. Another thing I want to point out really quick is when you have your food scale and you're weighing out some chicken, you always want to try to use raw weight when it comes to meat, and for most things. That way it's the most accurate, because depending on how you cook it, all that stuff will change.
But if you're in a position where you can't do raw meat and you already have some chicken prepared and you didn't evenly portion it out throughout the week, so that's where I'm at in my situation today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take this here. Again, I'm gonna zero it. So I'm gonna do it in reverse because I'm about to just toss it in here. So this is cooked chicken, not raw chicken. But what you're gonna wanna do is if you have cooked chicken and you wanna do the equation, we always like to multiply by 1.25. So let's say we end up taking out 3 ounces, we'll do 3 ounces times 1.25, and that's gonna give us the number for our raw amount. So we got the vegetables in here. I ended up doing a lot more vegetables than I said because these vegetables are heavier than I really thought. So this is like 370 grams, which really isn't that much, but because there's some heavier vegetables in here, the weight was a little bit high. So we already got that in there. We're gonna toss in the egg whites next. So we're gonna zero the scale like I told you about. Zero it. Go ahead, toss the egg whites in there. I'm just gonna use this whole thing. So that was 192. So it shows up as negative 192. So we'll take that. So then we'll just add whatever this one is. So 192, let's remember that. Shake this up. Zero this one. Put some more in there. So this one was 106, the last one was 192. So you're just gonna add those together, which would be 298, so almost 300 grams. And that is ready to rock and roll. Oh, someone must be here. Rachel's giving us a warning. Then I'll just toss some chicken in there as well. So let's zero the chicken. Oh, the scale's tripping. All right, that's set to 0. I'm gonna switch the unit to ounces. Don't worry guys, once you get used to this, it's not that bad, really. And this is the most important thing when it comes to your nutrition. If you're trying to get leaner, you have to track. It's just part of the game. All right, so we got some going in here. Let's see how much this is. So that's 5 ounces. I'm good right there. So I'm gonna stick with 5 ounces. I'm surprised it was that much. It didn't look like that much. But that's cool. Protein, we need it. And remember guys, you're gonna take that 5 ounces and you're gonna multiply it by 1.25. This is actually 5.08. So we'll multiply 5.04 times 1.25. That's gonna give us 6.3. So 6.3 ounces of chicken. Lastly, we're gonna go ahead and add some salt. I don't really measure the salt. I just know that I'm not eating out right now, so the only salt that I'm getting is the salt that I'm putting on my food. So you still wanna make sure you salt your foods, just don't go crazy with it. When you eat out, you don't need to salt your own foods often because a lot of times you use so much salt when you go out to eat, but no eating out right now. I'm also gonna add this Japanese barbecue sauce. This right here is fire. It tastes great on a meal like this. The macros, there's a little bit of carbs and that's it. So we'll track this as well. We're gonna do the reverse thing again. All right, let's make sure, see if this is on the database. Go to grams. It's zeroed. Let's see if we can get this on. Boom, yes, it is on the database, perfect. You can use grams, and when it's on the database, it's so easy. Most of the foods are. And then, there we go. Put some on. We already zeroed it, so we're good. So that was negative 28, so 28 grams. 28. And I think we're good to go. We got everything. Just do one quick review.
Got the 370 grams of the vegetables, 298 grams of the egg whites. We have one English muffin, which is in the toaster still. We have 6.3 ounces of chicken breast, and then we have the 28 grams of this barbecue sauce. So boom, that's it right there. So we're looking at 82 grams of protein, which normally I don't have 82 grams of protein in one meal. That was because I didn't mean to put 5 ounces of chicken in there. Like, I didn't mean to do all that. So that should be a little bit lower, but it is what it is. You know, I wasn't going to take it out and do all that because it was already in the egg whites, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but you probably want to split up your protein a little bit better than that. But 82 grams of protein, 70 grams of carbs, and only 7 grams of fat. So this is a nice little post-workout meal. About to dive in. Now this does look pretty good. I'm about to enjoy this. Let's get it. Hey Rachel, you know it's the day one of the challenge, right? That means I have to get 10K steps a day. I'm trying to knock off all of these goals. You're gonna help me. This is one thing I'm realizing, that this challenge is a lot harder to do in cold states like Ohio. When I did everything on the challenge previously, I was in California. It was a lot easier to get your steps in because it's warmer. At least getting your steps in outside, which I like to be outside. And plus, you know, having a dog, it's nice to let her get some activity as well. So I'm going to go ahead and venture out into this cold. You can see I'm bundled up. It's pretty cold out. We're going to get these 10K steps in. I was going to play basketball, but my adductor, I thought better of that. So Rachel and I, into the cold we go. We got the steps in, 10K down. I think we did like a little over 3 miles. It was cold, but we got it done. And then Erica, she hooked me up with some dinner here, so I'm very thankful. She actually measured out the macros and everything, so we're still on point and on track. So let's check it out. We got some pasta here. It's looking tasty. Oh, by the way, you guys can say what's up to Michael, my mom. What's up, what's up, what's up? My mom's got some egg whites, you know. This is where I get it from. But anyway, we got the macros here. Let me see if you guys can see this. 450 calories from the pasta. That's what that is. But yeah, we got 60 grams of protein, 98 carbs, and then 21 fat. So, pretty big meal, but I still had macros left. And I still have some left, pretty much just fat and carbs now. I am exhausted. It's 11 o'clock. I want to eat this last meal, try to go to sleep, get some rest so we can do it all again tomorrow. So this last meal is going to be pretty much just carbs and fat, mostly carbs. A little bit of protein as well because I'm going to be doing oatmeal, blueberries, and peanut butter. And this is going to end up making my macros pretty close to being spot on. I'm going to end up a little bit lower on my fat, a little bit higher on my protein, and I think also just a touch higher on my carbs as well. But that's okay because fat is the highest caloric value, and I'm going to be about 9, almost 10 grams short on fat. So that's going to give me some calories to play with. So overall, I'm still going to be under my calorie goal, but the macros aren't going to be absolutely perfect, but they're pretty close and definitely good enough for what we're trying to achieve with this challenge. So I'm happy with it. So this is what I'm going to be eating. I'm going to have 2 packets of oatmeal. I'm going to have 100 grams of blueberries. And I'm going to have 20 grams of peanut butter. Saving the peanut butter, my favorite thing ever, for the night because I just, you know, this is going to put me to sleep. I love peanut butter. And you can see the details here on my app. I already logged it. So everything is looking good. It's perfect. We're only 34 calories under our actual goal. We are 13 over on protein. We are 7 over on carbs, and we are 9 under on fat. So works out perfect. I'm gonna enjoy this meal, get some sleep, and I'll see y'all later. No wasted steps. Day one of the challenge, success. Peace.